Hello everyone, welcome back on my channel Lesson Plan Corner. So today in this video we are going to see what was educational philosophy of Gandhi, Mahatma Gandhi. Today in this video we are going to cover this topic. You can see list of topic that we are going to cover in this video. So we are going to see what was educational philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi, definition of education according to Mahatma Gandhi, aim of education, and basic education, method of teaching according to Mahatma Gandhi, curriculum, discipline, teacher, school. Okay, so we are going to cover all this topic step by step, one by one. And if you need the PDF, then please do comment me in the comment section below. Okay, now let's see in detail. Here you can see educational philosophy. First, we will see some introduction regarding Mahatma Gandhi, and everyone knows about Mahatma Gandhi. Who was Mahatma Gandhi? Okay, so Mahatma Gandhi was basically born in Gujarat, Porbandar. Okay, and on 2 October, he born on 2 October, and in a Hindu family. So he did for the bar in London from 1888 to 1889, despite his lack of university education, and his first years as a lawyer in Bombay were not as eventful. Means basically uh, he has completed his education in lawyer, and in 1893 he was sent to Natal in South Africa to help in the case of Indian client. So uh, he also had one case that he was doing for an Indian client, and he was motivated to join the protest movement against the disenfranchisement and withdrawal of civil right of the Asian immigrant community after being thrown off a train for sitting in white only carriages. So you can write these things because we do not have to go on the detail about his introduction. We do not have to go in very depth. Here you can see some definition of education regarding to Mahatma Gandhi. So what Mahatma Gandhi says is, by education I mean all round drawing out of the best in child and man, body, mind and spirit. So Mahatma Gandhi says that education means it should be like we have to give students knowledge. It should be like all round development from a body to mind and spirit. Okay, so according to Gandhiji, education is the realization of the best in body, man, body, soul and spirit. So Mahatma Gandhi says that it is basically a realization of a man's body, okay, man's souls and man's spirit. Okay, here you can see educational philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. So the education that was proposed by him is known as basic education. And he was focusing mainly on mother tongue. He was saying that we should give education in mother tongue only. And he also was in favor of giving like activity centered education. So basically he was trying to adopt all that learning by doing method, so that student or so that people can be independent and skilled also. So Gandhiji wanted to construct small self-reliant community with its ideal citizen being all industrious, self-respect and generous. He wished that some local craft should be made as medium of education. So he actually want to promote that craft type of thing. So he it is something he also adopted in his basic education, where students they make some craft, and by that they also earn something. So that way he was trying to make all the education very much practical. Okay, here you can see such Gandhian education thought are relevant for development and providing solution of the current problem like unemployment. So what was his thought regarding that? That we should give practical knowledge to students, and craft should also be adopted because it helps people, or it helps students to be to be self independent, and that way we also that way we can also like uh, try to work on unemployment, poverty, corruption, and many other things. Okay, now here you can see what was his basic education. So over a period of 40 years, he has means after many trials and experiments, he actually gave a scheme of education. His idea revolutionized the current thinking about education, and this education is known as basic education, or we can call it as Vardha education, or Nai Talim is also the word for that, new education or Bunyadi Shiksha. So Gandhiji used the term basic to describe his scheme of education because intimately related with the basic needs and interest of Indian children. So Gandhiji was mostly interested in basic needs. What is our basic need? Like we need food, we need shelter. So his concept was that we should only try to focus on men's or students basic need, and in order to fulfill all that basic need we also have to give students practical knowledge. Okay, and this idea is known as basic knowledge. Why is it known as basic knowledge? Because Gandhiji mostly focusing on basic needs of a person, and in order to fulfill that basic needs, he invented or he gave this idea of basic education. Now we will see aim of education. First is bread and butter aim. As we have already discussed that he was mostly focusing on basic need. So why he was doing that? Why he was focusing mainly on that? Because in his opinion, man should be independent and should earn enough to have to earn his own bread and butter. you know so in order to achieve that, he include all that crafts things in his education. Cultural aim. Okay, so he also paid attention to culture. In the words of Gandhiji, I attach more importance to cultural factor of education than its factor. Culture is primary and basic thing which the girl should receive from school. So he also want to promote culture. Everyone has their own culture and he wants to promote the culture through the education. Character aim. So Gandhiji, what Gandhiji says that character building should be there. If a person do not have any character, have any good character, then only merely giving an education would be a would be totally wastage of time. Okay, so we have to also force or encourage character building also in education, through education. Perfect development aim. So it should be all round development, means. Okay, now let's see fourth. Fourth is perfect development aim. So Gandhiji says that children's all-round development is very necessary, and it should be the development of the head, heart, and hand. Means he used to say that we should give education to train mind and heart as well as hand means he always want to encourage that craft to material things. So that is why in order to do that he used to say that to train hand, it means training hand or developing education through hand is also important. Fifth, here you can see harmonious development. So what he used to say that education should develop all three levels. What is three levels? Read, write, and arithmetic. So education should help in feeling what is taught and what happens to him, and to express what he feels and also what he wants to do. So basically he used to emphasize most on reading, writing, and arithmetic. The moral or character building aim. It is the chief aim of education. Moral development or character development, we have already discussed this. That we should also train children to be moral. We should also give, we should help them to build their character also. Because if we are not giving education to build up their character, then this type of education is just a it will not be called as education if we are not going to give them education on the character, on the development of or building up of character. Okay, social and individual aim. The aim of education of Gandhiji is both social and individual. He wanted an individual perfection and a new social order based on truth and non-violence. So he used to say that we should give individual perfection, and for that he used to praise, or he used to encourage a social, or I mean truth and non-violence things. So we have already learned that he was in favor of non-violence, ahimsa paramo dharam, what he used to say. Curriculum, here you can see all the subject that he wanted to add into his curriculum. First is basic crafts, so for that agriculture, spinning, weaving, etc. Mother tongue means he used to say that whatever we are teaching to students, the language should be mother tongue only, so that every students can they language problem could not be a hindrance in between their learning. Mathematics, social studies, and general science. So for general science, nature studies, zoology, physiology, hygiene, physical culture, anatomy, etc., and drawing and music. And teacher, so he wanted teacher to be model. So he used to say that teacher is a model. Teacher is an ideal for students. So he wanted teacher to be an example than by percept. So he used to say that whatever teacher has expectation for students, teacher first has to teacher first has to be a kind of, what should I say, examples, should set an example by being the same that he expect from students. He opposed corporal punishment, so he was in not favor of punishment. And how can apostle of non-violence advocated anything like that? Teacher, so he used to say that teacher must be well trained, proficient, man of knowledge, faith, action, and devotion. Teacher are responsible for carving the statues of students. So he used to say that teacher is like, teacher are carving the statues of their students. So a teacher should be the epicene of character, a symbol of values, well disciplined, a unique personality, something like that. You can see all these things here. What was his thoughts about on teacher? So here you can see Sarvodaya is otherwise known as Gandhian socialism. It is all-round development of an individual. This idea came to the mind of Gandhiji once he was translating John Ruskin's book Unto the Last. It including the following feature. So Sarvodaya means it is basically a school, it is known as Gandhian socialism, and this idea came into the mind of Gandhiji when he was translating the book Unto the Last. So this idea, Sarvodaya idea, came to his mind. Discipline, here you can say he was in favor of women education. Here you can say discipline, okay, and this is women education. So he always fought for education for women. So he wanted equal status for men and women. So here you can see, and here you can say discipline. So he was in favor of self control. He wanted to say he was in favor of self discipline, and he used to say that inner discipline is really important for every individual. And here you can see he emphasized the value of self discipline in life. Education is to be recognized as a potent for generating us, filling among the individual to make them useful and responsible students for the country. So this was my video regarding educational philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. If you like this video, then please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe my video. We will meet in next video. Till then, bye bye and take care.